Hello everyone and welcome back to Prestige Reef. So we might as well tackle the title of this video first. I kill more coral than all of you. Maybe not combined, but absolutely as individuals. And maybe not when you consider it as a percentage, but definitely on a piece-by-piece basis. For example, you might have 100 individual corals, and if you lost 1%, you would lose just 1. I have over 6,000 individual corals, therefore if I lose just 1%, that's 60 pieces. Although it's a catchy title, statistically speaking, to some extent it's also true. So where am I going with this video? This video is more of a public service announcement than anything else. However, that doesn't mean it can't be worthwhile. If anything, this is probably one of the more worthwhile videos I've made. What sparks this concept is it's not unusual to see people being belittled on Facebook and forums, especially when something has gone wrong with their tank. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but when you mix reef tanks, the internet, and to some extent the ability to be anonymous, it brings out the worst in people. Now as I've said, I can assure you, I've killed more coral than any of these people, so if they can be belittled, come belittle me too, and after you've done that, show me a picture of your tank and I'll show you a picture of mine. Now I'm not suggesting these people don't need help, I'm merely suggesting perhaps we review how we communicate that help. What I find more interesting than this though, is when two people are arguing about two different methods of running a tank. Here is a little secret for you, there is more than one way to run a reef tank, and just because you believe in something different to someone else, it doesn't make you enemies. It is said to take 10,000 hours to become an expert at anything, which works out to be over a year of constantly expanding your knowledge, non-stop, every second, all day, every day. Having said that, a lot of us become relatively competent aquarists in a short period of time, which is dangerous because more often than not, a small amount of knowledge gives people a false sense of security, with regards to both what they're doing with their tank, but also their willingness to share this basic information with others. Remember, almost none of us have actually studied marine biology, which means most of us have learnt what we know by cobbling together information from a whole range of different sources, and picking and choosing what appears to be the most reasonable to us, while also, on a smaller scale, learning by doing. This is why people have found my consultation calls so valuable, because not only does it allow you to get information from one source with 15 years experience, it also allows someone independent to recognise your weaknesses and address them. Because we don't always know our own weaknesses, and in order to continue to learn, we need to be operating at the edge of our comfort zone. People often assume that I have all the answers, but they are wrong, and I'm very transparent about this. There is a huge amount for me still to learn, and I probably will always be learning for the rest of my life, which is what makes this hobby so amazing. You can never truly master it. For example, BRS just did a series recently on cycling multiple tanks in different ways, which absolutely opened my eyes to the fact there is a lot more going on from a bacterial perspective that we just can't see. And that there is a reason why different people get different results despite appearing to do exactly the same thing. There is something known as the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is a theory where the people that think they're the most informed regarding a subject are often some of the least informed, because they lack the knowledge to know there is a lot more to learn. This means not only do they stop trying to learn, but more importantly they don't have the ability to understand that they themselves could possibly be wrong. This, I believe, is exactly what is happening during these heated online conversations. They are likely to be two people that believe they are at the top of their game, but actually aren't. And rarely do you ever see true experts get involved, preferring to sit on the sidelines with their bucket of popcorn. Now I know this video isn't going to change the world, but it might make a few people think twice about how they act. What hopefully it will do, however, is make every single one of you seriously question your own personal ability, which in turn will hopefully help you work out where you can improve, and eventually make you better aquarists. It would be fascinating to have everyone rate their own ability out of 10 in the comment section below. I, for example, would consider myself just a 7 out of 10. From the very beginning, this hobby has been built on people sharing information with each other, with the understanding that there are multiple ways to achieve the same result, and that someone else might be doing it better than they are. This is because at first it was very much trial and error. If someone had success, you made sure you listened to them because success was much harder to grasp back then. Right, that's it for today guys. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. If you did enjoy it, why not click that like and subscribe button. As always, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that supports the channel on Patreon. Have a good week, and I'll see you next time.